Hi, and welcome back to my channel. I just wanted to come and do another video, and I just wanted to share my past experience and also a funny story. A week ago today, I had my annual exam. My OBGYN that delivered my daughter actually retired, so this was my opportunity to meet the new doctor that replaced him, and I actually really liked him. I had a really good experience, and I had mentioned before in my breastfeeding video and my birthing experience that I was really interested in having a VBAC, and I've been researching it, and my husband is very supportive about it, and like I said, I've talked to a couple different moms about their opinion, and I've heard great things, and they were able to do it. So I talked to him, and I just have, you know, my regular routine, yearly physical, lab work, blood work, and just to getting to know him. And basically, he said that I was like a great candidate for a VBAC because my cesarean was emergency. It wasn't because of any other health reasons, so I would not be able to have a vaginal birth this next time. And I just, you know, talked to him about my options. So you know, he just said, you know, you're healthy, da 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 da, and yeah, let's do that. He's like, you know, when you guys decide to have another baby, we can definitely do that. So the funny part that comes in, my little one's with me, and, you know, we're talking, having our conversation and everything. He's like, okay, well, let me go ahead and give you your checkup. And so, you know, he checks my breath, checks my pressure, everything, whatever. And so he's like, okay, well, I'm just going to excuse myself, and you go ahead and get undressed so we can do, you know, the physical part of the exam. And I'm like, okay. So I'm getting changed, and my daughter always says to me or my husband, if she, like, sees us getting out of the shower or whatever, you naked? You naked? I said, oh, yeah, mommy's naked. And I said, I'm going to get my checkup, like Doc McStuffins. So she's like, okay, okay. So, you know, she's sitting there coloring, da-da-da-da-da. And he comes back in, and starts with the physical. You know, they do the breast exam, and the nurse is there, and I happen to just look over at her, and she's looking at me like, this is not okay. What in the world is going on? I'm like, it's okay, mommy's just getting her checkup. And then he finishes with that, and then, you know, the next part happens, and, you know, it's like clockwork. He does it, he's in, he's out, and I look over at her face, and he's helping me sit up, and all of a sudden she just starts bawling, and she's like, my mom. But at 22 months old, she can comprehend that it is not okay for some random dude to be touching your mother. Like, how amazing is that? Like, I felt so bad that she was upset and that she was sad, but it was just the cutest thing in the world, and she just runs over to me and gives me this hug, and she says, Mommy, you okay? And I said, yeah, Mommy's good. She just has to get her checkup. And I explained to her, you know, when you're as old as Mommy, which I'm only 29, I make I sound like I'm old, and you've had a baby, when you're a grown-up and you've had a baby, you know, you have to get checkups like this every year to make sure you're healthy. And she just was like, okay. She's like, I don't like it, a checkup. It was so cute. And she told my husband about it, and she told my mom and dad about it, and it was hilarious. And I just thought that was awesome. But anyway, enough with my rambling. The whole point of this is I'm super excited. My husband and I had talked about, you know, like, when we definitely want more kids. When would be a good time? In November, she's going to be 2, and so I think that is a good gap between children, because I want them to be close. Because I was raised as an only child. My older brother and I are 13 years apart, so I don't really know what it's like to be raised with a sibling. So I think it'll be super exciting for her to have a sibling. So I guess we're not necessarily trying, but we're not necessarily preventing, but for sure after November it's on and popping. So we'll see what happens. It's all in God's hands, and you know, I am just so blessed and thankful to be her mother and have gotten selected by God to be a parent. Like, I'm so thankful. Thank you, God. Because, you know, I even work with some girls that are younger than me, and they are suffering from fertility issues, and I'm just so thankful that I don't have to worry about that. And so he said, you know, everything's good, and he said, you know, when you do decide to go ahead for that, you're good to go. And so I am just waiting back on my labs and stuff, but, you know, just that usual, you know, when you get older, you got to get your all the thyroid testing and cholesterol. I think that's very good to be on top of. So if you guys don't do that, get your labs drawn and make sure you're healthy, because we don't need any more pre-diabetes, diabetes, and cancer, and high blood pressure, and hypertension. Like, we're not about that life. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and like I said, you know, I plan on documenting my next pregnancy, so whenever God decides to bless us with a child, we'll get some more. I'll be super excited. So we'll see you next time. Enjoy. Happy Monday, and God bless.